Make sure that comes back on. Nothing yet?
No, they're en route. You said you wanted to see somebody. So
Right, well, what about
they're
the-
not coming in an emergency like
Well, what about the numbers that you were going to provide to me for the FBS and your guys' office? And
those numbers like you asked, but you're going to be talking to the FPLs anyway, right?
I still want to know how I can do a public records request through your guys' office and your phone number, which I asked you, and you said you'd get for me. Not that I'm still waiting, but I'm going to wait, but I still was waiting for that.
Okay.
Was there a misunderstanding that I didn't want that information?
No, there's no misunderstanding at all.
Okay, I'll wait for them. No problem.
Okay, then what I will
Can
do
I-
is just let them give you their business card.
Well, I'd still want your security company's phone number and who I would contact about getting an information from them.
My partner here introduced himself as a supervisor.
And I asked him how to do a public information request about one of your officers' actions and what he might have written down.
Do that through the Department of Homeland Security, so you can ask them about that when they arrive.
Perfect.
And this is for our company.
All right, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. And as far as the your security guard at the other office, are you in charge of him and his actions?
I am.
So, does he not know he's not able to detain people?
He is able to.
He's only if they're committing a crime.
If you are in violation of the rules and regulations on a federal property, he has the ability to detain you.
Rules and regulations don't supersede a person's rights, and so if I'm asserting my rights, he has no powers of detention.
Why don't you just go ahead and speak to this officer?
So you still don't want to answer that?
Speak to that officer.
How's it going, guys?
Good, how are you doing?
Good, how you doing? So what's going on?
Well, I came in to ask these guys about public records requests and numbers and stuff, and
Sure.
no problem. I'm standing holding this camera in my hand, and he asked me what it is. Now, I wasn't trying to enter the building or anything like that.
Right.
Just simply talking to them about who I would talk to about actions of one of his officers,
Right.
since he did tell me he was a supervisor. But in the meantime, he asked me what I had in my hand. I said, it's a camera. And I said, it's not on. He says, well, you can't film in here, which I wasn't trying to do at that time. I was just trying to politely get some information.
Okay.
And they started being rude and intimidating, telling
where
me
are you
how I
trying to
can't
go?
record. I'm not trying to go anywhere.
You just want to just
I
come here
wanted
and
to get
visit?
some information. I had an incident at the Social Security office,
Right.
and I want to get some information on incident reports, use of force reports, how
Okay.
I go about doing that. That's all I wanted to do,
Okay.
with no cameras on.
Well, can
And
you do me a favor? Can we just step
So-
out here and talk so we're not blocking this so people can actually
Absolutely.
process through and all?
Absolutely.
More than happy to talk to you about it.
Perfect.
Yeah, right here's fine. Okay, so you're trying to get some information. Do you know who you're trying to talk to, or?
You know, before we go any further, I want to let you know I am recording
Okay, that's fine.
everything.
Here's the thing. Just to let you know right off the bat, you can record outside all you want. You can even record lobbies.
I know,
But the
and
thing
waiting
is, if-
areas and public areas. And
Right.
and I know that.
The thing is, if there's actual screening checkpoints, the designated official at the building has written notice. It's not posted. You can get you a copy, but you have to go through a long process to get a request going and get the copy of it. Basically what happens is he establishes that, saying you cannot film the security checkpoint for the purposes of the screening procedures and for the safety of the security officers. Okay, does that make sense? You can film all you want outside. If it's like a courthouse, you can film in the lobby, you know, all
I
the different
I
storage
totally-
features. But inside here, a screening checkpoint,
I
they don't
totally
allow
understand
that.
your verbiage. I
Okay,
totally
does that make
understand that.
sense?
I do.
Okay.
But not allowing me to film something that they're filming and recording, and I have every right, as any journalist would have, to film checkpoints or police activities. They are acting as security officers.
Mhm.
They are paid by our government.
Mhm.
So in accordance to all the laws that I've read, and even memorandum that came down from Eric Holder
Uh-huh.
says that I have every right to film and I am not to be bothered by it as long as I'm not interfering with their jobs.
Right.
Now,
what,
to
what
go-
you're referring to by that is the actual external features of the building.
No
not-
way, because
not
I've
security
read it.
checkpoints.
I read it and I read all the verbiage and I have a lot of case law on it. And
Okay.
it also states lobbies. I have it in this folder if you'd like me to show you that.
That's fine.
Would you
Can
like
can
me
I
to show you
the
that?
posted regulations?
Would
to
you
further
like
explain it?
regulations don't trump my rights, and that's what you guys have to
So
understand.
here's the thing: if they're posted regulations, it's set by the designated official. That is set for the building.
Well, I know I'm
that's
right,
a
or I'd be
regulation.
arrested right now,
And
and
for-
I know I'm right. So
Okay, you're
let's
not-
go
you're not being-
beyond.
you're not being
let's go
arrested.
beyond that, and I want to. I know that I'm right with what I did in the Social Security office and everything else. Why? Because I wasn't arrested that day.
Right.
But
so what
there
do
was
you-
a use of
what is your
force done to me.
purpose? I guess
I
where you want
want.
to start with that.
I didn't call you. Ask them what their purpose was calling you for.
No, what's your purpose here? Are you
I
just
wanted
trying
to get some
film, or are you
information.
trying
No
to
way,
get
Jose.
information?
What happened was I wanted to get some information about their company, who I contact,
Okay.
and whatnot. I did that without recording.
right.
and they
so
got-
they report to me.
And they
Okay.
started trying to intimidate me. And that's when I turned the cameras on. I can show you the footage from when I turned it on. It's
Okay.
not right. And then they got real polite.
Uh-huh.
And then I asked them to slow you down because something about you better come right now. And I said, hey, man, I'll wait
Right.
all day for these guys. Relax. And so apparently he did. And
Okay.
that's why you're here like this instead of showing up like they did at the Social Security office where they took me into custody,
Uh-huh.
violated my rights, erased video off my phone, which is a federal offense. Now I want to get information on those reports, on those violations of my rights, so
Okay.
that I can document it, so that I can take legal action against your officers and one of their security guards. So
Mm-hmm. Okay.
how do I do that?
I'm not familiar with that incident, but you're more than happy to go about that process. The thing is, you can't do it here. There's no way to have that even start.
You're explaining something
All right.
that I already know. I
Okay.
came here to get information on how to
From
contact
who?
their office.
From who?
From the security guard. He ought to know
They
who
don't-
is
they
in.
don't have that
They
information.
They gave me a number already on who to
What's-
call.